and start it again. But the ones that I sort of work with, that hasn't really been the case.
They were the ones that were. Okay. In terms of the clients that you deal with, how clued in to this whole world are they? How involved do they tend to get in the stuff that you're doing with?
In the planning, in media planning?
Yeah.
So for clients, media probably only represents, if I'm very generous, maybe 10 to 15%, but probably like 5% of what they do. It's not a huge part of their job. I think a marketing manager's remit is so vast and broad. Like the time that they have to dedicate to the actual media element is quite small. Hence, they need an agency. And there's been lots of interesting debate recently about, should clients be in-housing more of what they do, being closer to it, what's the right model? And there's various views on it. There was one the other day from the new CMO or CEO of Heineken, and he was saying actually that's not the right way. We don't think in-housing is the right way forward. We actually, you do need a degree of separation because you need fresh thinking, fresh people constantly coming into it, and actually in-housing that in an echo chamber of your own thoughts is probably not very helpful. But clients do also acknowledge they need to know more. So actually at M6, what we have different models of how we work for different clients. So there's some clients that are in the more traditional agency model, and we sit here, they sit in their office, they come to us for meetings, we go to them for meetings, and we come up with things collaboratively, and we plan and buy their media. But we also have clients where we embed into the client's office. So Toyota Lexus is an example of that, where we've actually embedded our teams into so we've got a whole media team, and our media team that sit in the Toyota Lexus office. It was done as a bit of a trial to see how that went, but based on the success of one that had been done before it, which we set up at News UK, called Pulse. So bringing the creative and the media elements and putting them together as a unit that sit within the client. And it's been really successful. It means, especially on a client like News UK, it's a very reactive client. Things happen because news happens very quickly. It means we can react to things really quickly, but in a joined up way with what's happening in the rest of the client's business. So we can turn around something in 24 hours with the help of the client because we're on site, we're there. That's the other thing about media that's changed a lot in the last 12 years, turnaround times. People don't plan far ahead. It's all about the short term. There's an interesting debate. Can recommend reading Peter Field. And Peter Field writes. He writes in conjunction with another guy. I forget his first name, but Burnett and Field. They wrote this piece called "The Long and Short of It," and it looks at the interesting things that have happened over the past 20 years, and the fact that we've gone from looking long term and now we're short term. We're obsessed with the short term result, and actually has that been detrimental to the way that we're all working and the way that marketing teams are working? And actually, if we plan further ahead and actually gave things a chance to breathe and brands to build and not the constant changing to deliver a short term objective. It's an interesting debate. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's that balance between long and short term. But News UK is very much more of a short term business. So having people on site, I think we've got a very unique proposition in the market as M6, which the rest of the agencies, there's some agencies are starting to do it, but I don't think they're moving quick enough to actually embed into those clients. And I think the agency model going forward will be more consultative. You've got Accenture building a media arm of their business, which is much more consultative across various services. So I think that's the way it's going to, a mixture of embedding in clients' offices, but also having lots of consultative services that clients can draw on to make themselves more knowledgeable, because they do need to be knowledgeable in this space to join it up to the rest of their activation through their marketing comms.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard about this trend towards in-house and some of the very big clients in-housing, particularly in relation to the programmatic side. So getting the teams of the traders for the different platforms and stuff. I thought, okay, what is that doing then to the industry? And then does that mean that they just do programmatic and they forget about
the issue? Yeah.
The longer term?
So that question is quite interesting because, we believe in an embedded model as opposed to like taking it in-house, which is where you recruit your own people, you have them in-house, they become part of your marketing team. And actually I think those skills, the beauty of having an embedded team is we can keep bringing those people out to retrain because the world changes so quickly, whereas I think the challenge with having in-housing is the skills of those people will become dated. Potentially, that's a watch out. But also, as you just said, just doing programmatic in-house, that for me is a bit of a disaster. Like, it doesn't join up to the rest of your comms. You're only looking at one short-term result. What about the more holistic piece and the long-term piece? So it's interesting.
So what are the benefits of and the relative benefits of that short-term programmatic side and the more long-term, offline brand awareness stuff?
So the benefits of them all coming together, or benefits?
The respective benefits.
In the programmatic world, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you can see everything. So you can follow that customer, see exactly where they've been, what they've done, how they've interacted with your brand, what they've viewed, what they've engaged with. I mean, phenomenal, brilliant insight. You can look at response. You can see if those ads are driving a response, or is that creative working better, or is that one, or is that audience better than that one? Is that delivering a stronger? Right, we can optimize. So the opportunity for optimization in the programmatic world, brilliant. But then you've got the tradition jarred within the traditional side of media, which had perhaps been too far the other way and not attributable enough. But there's lots of tech out there now to make that more attributable. But we have to be really careful that we don't go into this world of complete attribution on everything, which is where we have been heading towards in the last few years. So trying to attribute a sale or a response or something to every piece of media activity. And actually, there's a lot to be said for just brand building, which your traditional, there's no doubt about it, the power of TV, for instance. It's the most trusted, memorable. If we remember our favourite ads of all time, the chances are 9 out of 10 people will go for a TV ad that they remember, whether it's like the Guinness ad or the Cadbury's Gorilla, or that's the brand building fame and building those memory structures. Again, I could send you loads on that, but for me, for a brand to really build itself, it needs to have a flow of, it's all very well, following the audience, which is great, but it also needs to have that real brand building piece up front, which does come from your more traditional media, so your TV particularly, supported by your out-of-home, very visual, creating that memory structure that you can, call back on when you do see that brand as to how you respond to it. Do you see it positively? Do you see it as do I trust that brand? Have I heard of it? Because normally you only buy things that you've heard of or you trust or people have recommended to you. But we're in this whole world and that kind of fused world in the middle of like almost like where does influencer marketing sit? Influencer are interesting. So we have we do have an influencer arm within the AM partnership called Halpen, and we also work closely with Group M on sort of a more influencer activation product. But what bit do they fall into? Because you've got now influencers creating content and recommendations and telling you why you should buy something. So does that sit in the sort of more trusted brand building camp, or is that an attribution thing? So because you can attribute everything off of an influencer, you can see did that post drive to site, did it deliver an engagement? You often pay per engagement. So did it deliver an engagement? Okay, right, keep putting money in there because it's engaging. But is it brand building? I don't know.
And is it, what is engagement worth? What is
what's the value of an engagement of somebody just going on to the page and reading it?